Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, it's 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday in the morning sprint.
Destiny Richards is live on the South Hill giving us a tour of a new mini Airbnb.
But first, Mark Peterson tracking some fall-like weather headed our way.
Yeah, we are going to see again in our First Alert Weather, and the First Alert Weather app, by the way, with the radar and predictive radar, it'll come in handy this weekend. It's free. 50 degrees currently, and no smoke really in our area. Air quality is good, and we're going to continue to maintain that. Hey, if you're into the fair, later on this afternoon, 74 at 3, 6 o'clock, 74. That's our high today, 75, 66 at 8 o'clock.
With in-person class now in session for millions of students across the country, concerns over a fall Delta COVID surge are growing. New data from the American Academy of Pediatrics shows more than 243,000 children tested positive for COVID last week. It's the second highest number of weekly cases ever reported. 1 million children across the country have tested positive in the last month. Doctors say those numbers will likely continue rising. Right now, children account for nearly 30% of all cases reported nationwide.
In North Idaho, masks will still not be required at any Coeur d'Alene public school. Instead, the school board voted to make it strongly recommended. The district's reopening plan was finalized despite this change. It had originally said masks are not required. During public comment, some people shared how they are against the mandate. They said it should be recommended but not required. Other parents, some of whom are nurses, said masks are needed to protect kids.
Kootenai Health is treating so many COVID patients right now, it had to move to crisis standards of care, meaning some people may be denied medical attention. They're hoping monoclonal antibody treatment will help keep people out of the hospital. Treatment starts tomorrow at the Kootenai County Fairgrounds for COVID patients with mild to moderate symptoms. It's by appointment only, and patients are required to get a referral from a licensed provider in Idaho.
The Washington Hospital Association says the state is facing its own COVID crisis and has little capacity to help Idaho deal with the surge of cases. Washington is currently seeing the worst COVID case numbers since the beginning of the pandemic. This week, there were 1,600 hospitalizations in Washington, roughly the same as last week. 260 patients are on ventilators. That's 9 more than last week. More than 90% of those who are hospitalized are unvaccinated.
Right now, we're standing inside a new Airbnb that opened this summer on the South Hill. And what you might not know is that it is also a school bus. A local couple opened this Airbnb just to give people affordable housing or just a little staycation in Spokane. You can go to our website, kxly.com, to find out all about the Monroe Street Schoolie. It's open $60 a night, and you can book up to 4 people to stay. Again, go to our website for more information.
Breaking news this morning, Russian President Vladimir Putin is self-isolating after several people in his inner circle tested positive for COVID-19. A statement issued today from the Kremlin adds that Putin, who is vaccinated, has tested negative. This news came just hours after Putin met with Syria's president in Moscow.
It's decision day in California. Voters decide by tonight whether to keep Governor Gavin Newsom in office. It's a recall election that could mark only the 3rd time in U.S. history that a sitting governor is removed from office by voters. More than 40 candidates are vying to unseat Newsom, but conservative talk show host Larry Elder appears to be the frontrunner of that group.
Senate Democrats are back to battling it out over the $3.5 trillion budget bill. Democratic leaders said they want the deal hammered out by tomorrow, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has promised to bring it to the House floor by the 27th. The problem is the centerpiece of the president's agenda is stalling within his own party. One of the major issues, the price tag, not to mention the debate over the tax hikes on the wealthy and corporations to pay for it all. Many Democrats have said a deal by tomorrow is unlikely.
State leaders plan to share some good news for fans of the outdoors tomorrow morning. Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz is expected to announce the reopening of all DNR lands east of the Cascades. The change will go into effect on Thursday. Franz and other leaders will also give an update on this year's wildfire season.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, it's fashion's biggest night. The 2021 Met Gala celebrated American fashion with the theme In America, a Lexicon of Fashion. The guest list was smaller this year to keep up with safety protocols, but even still, some of Hollywood's biggest names came back dressed to impress and get us all talking. GMA was on the red carpet and has a full fashion recap coming up in just a few minutes. We'll be right back with the final check of weather in just a moment.